If you have damaged your putter insert, or if you simply want a different feel to your putter, then it is possible to change it over to a new one quite easily. And having done quite a few in the last couple of months with my Jailbird, it's safe to say that I have had quite a bit of practice at this, so I'll show you the best and easiest way that I've found to go about doing it. So I'm going to be using an Odyssey putter for the demonstration. I've not had any experience with any other brands, but I can imagine that they'll be relatively the same. Now the first thing you need to do when changing an insert is probably the most difficult part, and that's trying to find a new insert. So there is a seller on eBay who does quite a range of different sizes, and that's where I've had most of mine from in the past. As they do come in different sizes, you do just need to check that they do match up with your putter. But he does show all the measurements on his page, so all you have to do is measure up your putter. He does mainly only do carbon fibre inserts, which is why I have had to buy a new putter, because I wanted the micro hinge insert, and as Odyssey don't sell their inserts individually, I have bought a couple of new putters, swapped the faces over, and then just sold the one that I bought straight away. And I usually take about a 20, maybe £30 hit, which I don't really mind too much paying that much for an insert. And the easiest way and best way to not damage the putter or the ferrule is to, believe it or not, boil it. If you fill a pan just above the top of your putter face, trying to keep it away from the hosel, then you just simply put it on boil and just wait for it for 10 minutes. Obviously you want to use a pan that you're not going to need again, as the putter will contaminate and will probably make you a bit ill if you were to eat some food out of it.
A few moments later.
Once we've waited the 10 minutes, we're going to take it out of the pan and just take it somewhere where you're not going to burn yourself with it. And then basically it's just a case of trying to prise the insert out of the face. Now, I found these picks on Amazon which actually have worked a treat, and they only cost a few pound. First, what you need to do is get rid of the outer black filler in order to get underneath the insert. So once you peel a bit of that away, it will just come out dead easy, and you can pretty much just pull the full thing out usually. But this part is a bit more of a delicate process, because if you're not careful you can raise the edges and it will damage the insert, as you can see with this one that I was practicing with the other day. So you have to make sure that you get right under the hole of the insert and just pick it out from the bottom. So once you do manage to get an edge up just slightly, you can then get a hold of it and just pull the rest of it out. And if you heated it for long enough, it is actually quite easily to just pull. But you do want to be quite slow with this, and maybe just try and pick the glue away as you're pulling it out, otherwise it might end up bending the shape of it. Now that we have the insert and the putter that it's going into, putting it back in is actually relatively straightforward. First we need to clean out the base and just get rid of all the glue. This is a bit of a tedious job, but it does need to be done, otherwise the face is going to raise in the areas where there's bits of glue stuck there still, and it's just going to look a bit uneven and affect how the ball is going to roll. But in some cases the glue is really difficult to get rid of it completely, and I find just adding some white spirit or a paint thinner to it and scrubbing it with a brush and getting your towel in there can really help to get it all out, because like I said, it does need to be really clean in order for the insert to sit flat. And once it is all cleaned out, then just some 2-part epoxy will do the trick in getting it stuck down. So after mixing the epoxy together, just need to make sure that you're filling all of the edges on the face and just cover the whole surface, while being careful not to use too much, because again the insert won't sit flat if there is too much glue in there. Then it is just a case of putting the insert in, pushing down firmly, and if you're using faster setting glue, then you can just hold it in place until the glue sticks to it. Or if you're using glue that doesn't set quite as quick, if you can find something to hold it together while the glue does fully bond, which might take sort of 24 hours or so, just make sure that it does come out completely flat. Like I say, it is probably easier just to use faster setting glue, as you can just hold it into place. And then after it has set, we just need to figure out what to do with the crack between the insert and the face. I don't actually know what Odyssey used for this, but I think it could potentially be just black epoxy. So when you glue the insert in, if you use just a black coloured version of it, you can put enough around the edges to fill the crack, and that should do the trick quite nicely. But if you're like me and can't find any black epoxy for the life of you, then I've been using a type of filler which does work pretty well, but it can be quite messy to apply it, although it does wipe off quite easily. And then when you have done that, it should be pretty much good to go, and that's basically how you change an insert over in a putter. So yeah, hopefully this has helped some of you out and potentially stopped you from having to write your putter off. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.